Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This Season 3, The Asylum Years, the only podcast to continually make poor investments that make you ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I am joined by my co-host, Brother Skylar. How are you?
Did you say porn investments?
Poor investments.
Oh, I think you said porn.
Just poor. Just very bad investments.
I'm disappointed now. That's how I am.
No, I've made zero porn investments. We're also joined by J Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan. Yo, this is like the one place I can go where I'm not always focused on how much money I have lost in all of my poor investments. And then you guys just keep saying poor investments, poor investments.
Yeah, I mean, we are sitting in a room of my poor investments. You can see them on display. All right, so during Season 3, we are taking you through the National Wrestling Alliance Total Nonstop Action weekly pay-per-view shows, now known as TNA The Asylum Years. This is episode 15, originally broadcasted on October 2nd, 2002, live from Nashville, Tennessee at the Fairgrounds Coliseum, now known as the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Allegedly drawing 700 in live attendance. I'm just reporting the numbers. I'm not saying they're real.
Yeah.
All right, so as per usual, episode 14 left us confused about the motives of the company and the direction of the characters. So let's try to explain why we are the way we are with our crazy past. Why do I still do it in a prospector voice?
I love it. Don't stop.
All right.
Wait a minute. What happened that got you so crazy?
Versus the women's division, Miss TNA Bruce has issued a standing open challenge for $5,000 to any woman who can beat him for the crown of Miss TNA. So far, 4 women have challenged and failed.
And that's it. That's the women's division.
Yeah.
And the people who've challenged them were fans?
Almost exclusively,
Yes.
yeah. One was another TNA employee who happened to be a woman but was not a wrestler.
So the women's division is just Bruce.
All right, next in the tag division, Wildcat Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm are still your new NWA World Tag Team Champions. Which leads us to many people seem to have a personal vendetta against Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris, and while we do not know why, it's pretty clear that James Storm does not have a cowboy gimmick. He is a real cowboy, and that, both inside and out, is the real issue with this team.
He comes out with guns and shoots them off. It's dangerous.
Scares the ref every time.
Yeah, it scared me.
Has there been a match that they've had where they haven't been attacked afterwards?
I don't know. Maybe when they won the titles, because they ran away real quick. They ran up the ramp.
No, they won the titles and then immediately got jumped.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was like, what a celebration.
All right, then I guess not.
and then that was left unresolved for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
And then they had a rematch, and then got jumped after that match.
I think there was one match, like when they qualified for the tag team
They
titles.
always get jumped.
Yeah.
No spoilers, of course.
No.
All right, and then
Who
next, I think still in the tag division, on the third pay-per-view show, Buff Bagwell has gone home to rethink his career, and 10 shows later, he has finally returned to ask for a second chance as Marcus Bagwell. But we have not seen him since the 13th show.
Nope.
And who gave him a second chance, too? Who was that?
BG James?
Is that what it was? That's who
Yeah,
tagged
I
him?
think so, yeah.
Didn't
And
work
he's
out.
moved on since then.
Well, the kid is back, so.
Right, yeah. Which does bring us to, during the first 7 weeks of TNA, Scott Hall was put on a stretcher 3 times by Jeff Jarrett, and after a 6-week hiatus, Scott Hall has returned with 6-Pac, and their sights are set on the tag team titles. Kinda, because they're kind of distracted by Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
So it's still, his revenge on Jeff Jarrett. It's every storyline's a little complicated. All right, next division, the X division. After the first ever triple ladder match, Jerry Lynn is your new X division champion.
There's way too many ladders involved in this company.
Yeah, I know. Which, of course, brings us to Glory Hog, Disrespectful Pervert, or Simple Disagreement. After 14 weeks, it is both clear and not clear what is going on between AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn.
I'm a big fan of Jerry Lynn, so I'm always rooting for Jerry Lynn, but I'm trying to put myself in the time of what's going on, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like Jerry Lynn or...
I generally don't know. Like, this is the Hatfields and the McCoys. It's been going on so long. I don't know who started it. I don't know who's good or bad. Like, at this point, they're just going to fight until they're dead.
Yeah, from what I remember, it started out that AJ Styles was disrespecting a legend, but the legend was overreacting.
Yeah.
Then it turned out he wasn't overreacting.
Yeah.
And then AJ doubled down on being cocky, and then they just kind of stopped fighting each other for a while.
I remember they had a big blowout, and on the review show, they were like, "That's the end of us." And then he attacked him. And now they're still going. And so I'm just done with it. Like, I don't care anymore.
I know.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. All right, next, the Flying Elvises are falling apart with Sonny Siaki going off on his own after burning his Elvis suit on camera. So, they're done, right? They gotta be. Finally, in the X Division, it seems as if Mortimer Plumtree is scouting for a new client in the X Division.
Who was his original client?
The Johnsons. I almost said the wrong word.
He said, "What was
But
their
they had
name?"
one match, right?
No, they had like two or three.
Two, I think two, maybe.
Okay.
They had a few.
Yeah.
And then they just like that was it.
And then that was it. They had to work on themselves for a while.
Yeah, they beat him up and then left. And he left too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
All right, finally, in the World Division, while it's not very clear what the B or G stand for, BG James has come to TNA to help his family and his friends.
I thought it was get it, got it, good.
Or is it Brian Gerard?
No, that's what the B stands for.
But what, the G stands for, like...
Get it, got it, good.
No, but it also stood for, like, something else last week where it was like, you're going to get it. Or, like, no, that wasn't it. It was like...
You got it.
Yeah. I'm good. I forget. Or maybe that was a joke I made. Or I said, didn't he say G stands for Goo Goo Gaga? Or was
What? No. Never. Why? In what context?
Oh, because he said it was the baby boy's playpen.
So you just finished that promo in your head.
Yep.
You didn't.
Goo Goo Gaga. That's where that goes.
This is the baby boys playpen, baby, and the G in BGJ stands for Goo Goo Gaga.
Yo, you tell me that wouldn't be a promo they would cut in this company.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right. So next, your NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ron the Truth Killings, is fighting against clear racial discrimination in the NWA-TNA, and no one, including the audience, seems to care.
Well, sometimes they're into it. Sometimes they don't care. Sometimes they hate him the wrong way that they don't want on camera.
Sometimes they hate him the way that it proves his exact point.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to the human yo-yo. Brian Lawler is heavily focused on getting revenge on anyone for anything. He also might be abusing his girlfriend, or maybe she's abusing him.
Well, he's definitely abusing her. We've seen the vocal abuse.
Yeah, she might be manipulating him in some way. That was the story. That's what they implied for a second.
And is he a human hot dog or a human yo-yo?
He's
yo-yo now?
Everything. He keeps saying he's a good guy, he's a bad guy, his girlfriend's beating up him, he's beating up his girlfriend.
Has he ever actually been referred to as a human hot dog? Was that it?
Was that me now?
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was something about a hot dog.
A hot dog is never a compliment. Like, it's a sack of leftover animal parts.
Is a yo-yo a compliment?
I mean, like, you bounce back up when you're down. So maybe, like, I could justify a yo-yo if you call me a hot dog.
How do we explain to the listeners that this show is secretly written by a 10-year-old boy from the 50s?
Yo-yos.
That's why there's all references to yo-yos and hot dogs and goo-goos and gagas. I don't know. That's a little older than 10. I don't know. All right, finally in the World Division, Jeff Jarrett will not be screwed over again like he already has been by Jackie Fargo, Scott Hall, Brian Lawler, B.G. James, NWA President Jim Miller, country music singer Toby Keith twice, NWA Authority figure Ricky the Dragon Steamboat twice, NWA Authority figure Bullet Bob Armstrong 3 times, NWA Vice President Bill Behrens 3 times, James Mitchell and the New Church, and the Tennessee Titans.
It's getting long, that list.
That's a 17 screw-ins, and we're on pay-per-view 15.
Yeah.
And that's collective, too, because it's Tennessee Titans. There was a few of them.
There's a couple of them, yeah, just And then also, maybe allegedly, he's attempted to kill Jackie Fargo, Jim Miller, Todd Stone, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Bill Behrens twice, Scott Hall twice, and the entire NWA-TNA security team several times.
What is this alleged? He was on camera with his hands around his throat. I want you to remember.
I mean, he just wanted him to remember. He didn't want to
He
kill him.
wanted assault. He didn't
No,
want to
he
hit a
wasn't.
guy.
It's
He
not
also
a-
saved an entire arena from an armed gunman.
Yeah. Let's pass.
So
on
we don't
the
really
murder.
know. Yeah. All right, and let's make it clear. Last week, we were promised that this week we would see an X Division title match between AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn in a ladder match. Also, the Truth would face the X Division in some way. Also, Sonny Siaki would face the Flying Elvis in some ways.
I think that was our speculation.
Yeah, maybe there'll be more. And then also Jarrett Six-Pac and Scott Hall and more.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to Scott Hall the most.
I want that and more.
And then the show was so bad that we guessed nothing. We couldn't figure out what direction anything was going in. And then finally, before we start the show, the dark matches. Watch the dark matches.
What? I'm sorry. This guy's name.
Yeah. I want to point out that these are not all dark matches. Some of them get put onto, what's that other show they have? Explosion? Does that sound about right?
Wasn't that like a UK show? I don't know. Maybe it's Explosion. Maybe you're right.
They were already running another.
Yeah, I know. Surprisingly, yeah,
Wow.
they were also running. I think they cut it from like our version, the streaming version, but the original version, you saw between matches they kept saying, "Hey, and local Paducah, we're coming to you this evening."
Well, I saw at one point they were advertising they were coming to a California high school, and I was like, oh boy.
Wow.
But they're out there,
Yeah.
So, and in California, not just in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're so the dark matches are Derek King, who beat Matt Longtime.
that long time.
think-
What a name.
I think he's one of the guys that we'll see later on. He actually makes a job appearance. And then also the Kingpins defeated Rick and Chris Michaels. Again, I think Rick and Chris appear later on. We'll see him eventually. All right, so let's start the show.
And there's an explosion. And then it goes to the crowd, and there's an old man sitting there, so lost and confused,
I
does
noticed
not
that.
care about anything that's happening. He looks lost, I think. How did I get here?
I wrote it down as 80s business dad, right? Because he's just sitting there with like his button down and tie on and his big 80s glasses.
He has front row tickets. He doesn't care.
All right, well, the show opens, and we scan the crowds. And that's what we see, apparently.
I noticed that and a "Stop Wasting Athena" sign.
Yes, I always
That's
notice
what
that.
catches my attention.
That was my
immediately.
first note for the whole show, which is I don't know how much longer they're going to keep the crowd on their side when the signs are like, stop wasting her, you're ruining the... Yeah, some of the other crowd signs that I see are bad to the TNA bone, Sonny Siaki's replacement, AJ Styles, thanks for turning heel. And then I hope this is the same guy, which is James Storm hates me, probably because of the other sign, which is James Storm Rump Ranger.
I saw that one. I saw a TNA Virgin.
Oh, all right. So today says all 3 belts are on the line tonight. Low-key cost the Truth the X title last week, so the Truth is going to put the world title on the line just to fight Low-key tonight.
But he doesn't care though, right?
Who?
Low-key, doesn't he only care about the X Division title?
I don't know.
How does that work?
It's because later on he talks about it and it doesn't really make sense, I feel. All right, here we go. Segment 1. Oh, you didn't know? Out come BG James and Six Pac. He didn't change, like last week when he came out, he's like, you didn't know? Allow me to share the info.
I was literally going to ask, is that allowed now? Is
he just
gimmick
said it like it
infringement?
didn't. I guess it wasn't, they didn't copyright it, so that he was like, all right, I'll keep using it then.
It's painful when he says that.
It is a little bit, yeah.
Like, every time.
It's like, dude, that happened like a max of like 4 years ago, and you're still living off of it. You can't find anything new.
It's
like,
all he has.
Yeah.
okay, BG James wants to talk some smickety smizzack. And BG says they've been everywhere, and TNA is a new place and a new day, and he calls Jarrett, Skipper, and Lawler gay.
Yeah, he does.
And then he starts
Okay.
rhyming he pretty much rhymes the whole time, but then
Yeah.
he starts rhyming without reason, just like I'm a poet and I know it. Yeah, skippity dippity shipwreck heck. BG says that the truth is the future, but the past and present are him and Six Pac, and the truth isn't ready until they say he is. I don't know how to take that in a way that isn't an insult.
Yeah.
Six Pac says the NWA is putting low key in the world title scene when one of them should be there, and the truth should be theirs.
I don't know if
Yeah.
this was like his creative delivery or if he seemed like he was lost and trying to like force out this promo.
Yo, Don West stomps it out by saying the absolute promo killer. Strong words by Six Pac.
No, it wasn't.
BG says the truth is the suntan Superman, but they are white kryptonite. and then he mentions Ron Killing's criminal past and sings the lyrics to the theme song for the show The Cops. Yeah.
I was getting more of a Hulk Hogan vibe.
What do you mean? He said, "What you gonna do?" What
What do you mean?
what you gonna do when we come for you? But he said, "What you gonna do when we come for you?"
Yeah.
I just want to point out, because why not? White kryptonite kills all plant life regardless of origin, and was also deadly to all pathogenic microbes, and still to this day has not appeared in a comic since 1987.
Yeah, I don't remember White Kryptonite too much.
Showed up once in like Superman Family 189 or something like that, and that was it. Never again. A mistake.
During that, he was like, I'm not suntan. And I was like, haha, yeah, he's not. He's like, and he's not Superman. I was like, oh, hey, come on. Jeez.
So the truth enters to no music saying, you don't want the truth, you want the gold. But BG and Six are right, they are the past. The foundation of wrestling, but the truth relieved himself on that foundation.
That took about 4 to 5 seconds for X-Pac to understand. It took him
Yeah.
a second. I saw it, and then it slowly hit him. Oh, hey!
The crowd chants overrated as the truth says he gives opportunities to his own kind and not those with a silver spoon hanging out of their ass.
Wait, his own kind?
His own kind.
Like people who've struggled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
people
from the
who earned
streets
it.
and
Oh,
like, yeah,
okay.
not people
All
with
right.
silver spoons up their butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Six Pac says, "This ain't 1967, boy," and that the only thing hanging out of the truth's ass will be Six Pac's foot.
And then he drops another boy just for good measure.
What? He told him stop playing the race card.
Yes. Stop playing the race card. Nobody believes in that racism stuff anymore, boy. Really? What'd you just...
Okay. My world! Jeff Jarrett enters to say, where's Scott Hall? Is he dealing with personal demons?
Oh, no, he's not here.
BG confirms Hall is not here tonight. And who are you to judge, Jarrett? I don't know what the implication there is there. Is Jarrett also an alcoholic? What?
Does he miss? He hasn't missed a show
I
once.
don't-
He's been
I-
here every single
Yeah.
show to like complain about how he's been screwed and he wants the title.
I didn't really understand why he said that. So Jarrett says Scott screwed up the 6-man tag, so Jarrett is going to book a handicap match with BG James and Six Pac versus Jarrett and them. Skipper and Lawler attack from behind, but BG and Pac knock them out of the ring.
Oh my goodness. I'm so upset I didn't get Scott Hall, but man, at least I'm looking forward to this handicap match.
Yeah. Good, like, heel versus face tag team, like, handicap match.
Sure, why not? Post-segment, girls dance in cages as Mike Tenay welcomes new networks to their broadcast, including Mediacom and Cablevision, which is our market.
Hey!
So we literally couldn't have watched any of these shows before now. We would be totally
This
lost.
is the first one we get to watch.
Yeah. Segment length, 8 minutes and 58 seconds. 9 minutes. Thoughts? My thoughts are, even if you take out the gay stuff, these guys are still heels.
Yeah.
Even if you take out the black stuff or like racial, they're still heels.
Like, literally the only reason Truth is the heel is because he's the black guy, right?
I guess all the past stuff too, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
And then the only thing I couldn't get past was Six was like, the only thing hanging out of your butt's gonna be my foot, and I was like, well, wait a minute, doesn't that mean the rest of your body's gonna be up his ass? Like, if only your foot's hanging out.
Oh, what is he digging? Whoa.
The whole body's up his butt. Wait a minute.
Can't pin me if my shoulders are inside you.
Well, yeah. All right.
Whew, I've heard of going hip deep in somebody, but never shoulder deep. Oh, wait, no, I've heard of that before. Never mind. It got worse.
My only thoughts were, was the middle rope always yellow?
Oh. Well, so what was it? Red, yellow, red? Or
No, it was black, yellow, black.
well, I thought they were all red.
Oh, is it red? I don't even know anymore.
Everything changed. Okay, there you go. Segment 2, Mike Tenay welcomes us to the show and runs down the card mentioning they're going to try to give Scott Hall a call tonight to explain himself.
Wait, really? He said that? I don't remember this.
Exactly. Jeff Jarrett claims there's gonna be a handicap match between the three of them, and we just saw it. World title, Truth versus Low Key. X title between. We just heard all this. Let's go to the ring.
Okay.
Segment length, 54 seconds.
Well, at least I get to look forward to that phone call with Scott Hall then. If he's not going to be here.
Yeah.
And I get that handicap match.
Right. My only other thought is that they didn't talk about the world tag title match. The title match. Why you guys need to promote that more. They didn't mention it. Segment 3, The Amazing Red versus Shark Boy. The match starts with arm work as Elix Skipper comes to the commentary table to say he is upset that they changed Jarrett's booking to a tag match, so Skipper is out of a tag match, or he's out of a match now.
What? Is that like on the fly? They just did a promo.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, I don't even understand.
Did they politic him out?
I don't understand. I don't know why or what happened.
Yeah. All right,
I know a lot of this is being booked on the fly. I'll explain at the end, but
I'm telling you my version of what happened. Like, last minute, they're like, I don't know, man, Scott Hall's not here.
Mm-hmm.
And Jarrett's just like, all right, whatever, we'll make it a handicap match. It'll be fine. We'll work with that. Great.
Yeah, it's on the heel side. That works.
Yeah, it works perfect. And then I don't understand the change.
yeah.
The change doesn't make sense. Everything up to the change is like, okay, we work with what we got.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like, it's hilarious to have him announce it, and then immediately Elix Skipper comes out, and he's just like, man, they kicked me out of the match. I don't know.
I love it too because he comes out and he's like, they kicked me out. What's up with that? And then after he's out there talking to them, Tenay's like, oh yeah, I'm hearing that in my headset now. Bob Armstrong's orders. Bob Armstrong ordered this. Yes.
Yeah. He said it wouldn't be fair or something.
He ran out there faster than they can tell them that in the headset.
Yo. All right, so as the match goes on, the chants for Shark Boy get heavier and heavier, but they never really fill the room.
Yeah.
He's obviously over on the territory, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like he was getting over as the match went on. Like, at the start, fans were like, whatever. And then as it went on, they were like, all right, no, this Shark Boy guy is kind of...
There was a man who had a complete cosplay of him.
Yeah.
Fucking Shark Boy doppelganger.
It wasn't that bad.
Mortimer Plumtree is watching on the entrance ramp. Same gimmick from last week.
You say that name so easily.
More tables.
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
Plam tram.
Yeah.
All right, so the match highlights are basically the Shark Boy gorilla pressing Red out of the ring.
Cameras completely missed the
Yo,
entire spot.
I know.
Yeah.
Red hitting a senton to the outside, a top rope superplex slam. He kind of turns at the end. It's like almost like a semi jackhammer
Yeah,
almost.
it's like a jackhammer.
On commentary, Skipper's still complaining.
Yo.
He points out the kayfabe that now he doesn't have a match to win. He's not going to get paid. Like he's like, what am I going to tell my wife?
That was great. You had great points.
Yo, I was dying when he said that. Oh my gosh.
Yo, that makes me. I think I've asked this kayfabe question before, but like, I mean, the man's out there doing match commentary. Do you have to pay him for that now?
That's
or is-
why he runs out for commentary. Yeah, like, they don't even make the announcement. They're like, we're cutting Skipper. Yeah, we know he's already out here on commentary. Oh, shit. We still gotta pay him. No.
Smart man.
Yeah, he got out there quick. Nope, I'm gonna work myself into everything else now. Sorry, you gotta pay me. I worked the show.
All right, so Shark Boy hits the 10-punch bite, and he goes for the explosion, which is the top rope flipping stunner, which now he calls the Dead Sea Drop, which is the move that we know it as by. But the Amazing Red reverses it into a reverse DDT, and then hits the Infrared, followed by the Red Star Press, and gets the 3. Your winner, Amazing Red.
Bam, 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 real quick.
Yeah, real
Yeah.
quick. Post-match, Skipper says, I'm tired of this, and beats up the Amazing Red, and hits the security guards or one security guard with a play of the day, and then knocks more guards down with a single blow. And then head of security Don Harris comes out and pushes Skipper around until he leaves the ring. Match length 6 minutes and 53 seconds. Post-match segment 1 minute and 10 seconds. Full segment length 9 minutes and 22 seconds. Thoughts?
I really enjoyed Skipper on commentary. Like, I found it distractingly hilarious.
Yeah.
Because he was just so positive. I mean, except for his situation was hilarious. Like, what am I going to tell my wife? But then he was also like, yeah, get him, Shark Boy. Yeah, that's right, Amazing Red. You can do it. And he's like cheering.
At one point, I think it's when the gorilla press out of the ring happens, he goes, that was a great move, but it should have been me in that match doing it. It's just like, yo, he's the best. Yo, Skipper is great.
I love the timing on that they have with the picture-in-picture, too. He would, like, say one line. It would just pop up in his face. He'd say the one line, and he'd immediately cut it away. I was like, damn, what is this timing they have?
They never use picture-in-picture.
No. But they had to use it the one time where it's like, body slam, picture-in-picture. What am I going to tell my wife? Close picture-in-picture.
Yeah, it was quick like that.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so is no one going to talk about the security guard?
Oh, my God. I loved it. Did you not notice this, Delta?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, someone else noticed it, thank goodness.
Holy shit, dude. A security guard slides into the ring, and I am 100% positive his wallet
Yes.
falls out of his pocket.
Yes.
And when it hits the mat, it breaks in half. And money just flies out of it across the ring. So Skipper like punches him to the one punch in the bump, and he like half bumps and then starts picking money up and trying to put it back in his pocket.
I was trying to figure out. I was like, there wasn't a microphone. What is this guy doing? Yo.
He was so scared. He didn't know what to do. He was all over the place. He's like, I'm not gonna lose my cash. I'm not.
He's like, I know Skipper's not getting paid tonight. I'm not leaving this here for him.
Oh my God. Yo. Oh,
That was it, folks. That was the best part
that
of
was
the show.
the best part. Yeah.
that
This
scene.
whole segment was great, yeah. Because
That's
then
it.
at the shitty ending where Don Harris comes out and just kind of pushes Skipper out of the ring until he was just like, "What? I'm like, I'll leave." Right at the end, Don West goes, "I mean, you know how it is, folks. Don Harris doesn't like to come until it's the last option."
What?
It's just like, yo, you're not gonna get better than this segment. Everything about it is unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah, this whole segment was like a hilarious train wreck.
Oh my God, yeah.
But like for real, head of security is the most incompetent guy in the building. Like, we've seen a trend with TNA where, like, week after week, almost every match ends in chaos. And somehow this guy's always 10 minutes late after 6 of his dudes have broken noses and have been knocked unconscious.
And broken wallets.
Well,
I was just laughing at him picking it up, and it's still just flying out of his hands trying to deal with it. Oh my god. It was so great.
All right. Segment 4. A video recap from last week's X Division title match. We've seen all this. The Truth with it was the Lumberjack match. The Lumberjack match. Truth is in control. The crowd's behind Lynn. The Truth low blows. The Lumberjack low key gets involved, which helps Lynn retain the title. It's the end of the video recap. In the back, Low Key looks into a mirror and Goldilocks asks if Low Key tricked the Truth last week into a match this week. Low Key says, first, 6-pack. Who started what?
Lower.
Second,
Lower.
Truth.
Oh, yes.
Truth. Hates the X Division for stealing the spotlight.
No, dude, I finally figured out. The key, what makes Low Key's speech is his consideration for people who are hard of hearing. You have to over-enunciate every word
An X
and make
Division
sure
wrestler.
that people can read your lips.
That is it. That is it. You got it.
It's so
X Division
ridiculous.
wrestler would have both titles if not for the Truth.
There it is.
Yo.
It's not the size of the fighter, it's the size of the fight. Be ready.
Yo, if your lips are not pronouncing every fraction of that syllable.
That's what it is. Okay. Now I can like really imitate him now in horrible ways. My bank account is. I mean, that's him. That's it. He got it wrong 5 times, but that's definitely him. Like, it's 100%.
Loki's just forgetful.
Yeah, no, I believe it. Okay, in the ring, the SAT's music plays, but the Truth comes out and everyone's confused. On the mic, the Truth says he gave Loki a title shot out of charity. And now Loki says he might be part of the conspiracy? You'll have to kill him to get the title from the Truth. Get out here now. Loki enters. All right, here we go. Loki versus Ron the Truth Killings for the NWA heavyweight title. NWA World Heavyweight title, however you do that. The match starts with the Truth attacking Low Key on the slide-in, but Low Key turns around with a front drop kick and more kicks to a kneeling Truth that sent him to the outside.
Very weak and safe kicks.
Yeah. I was very surprised at
Yeah.
the Low Key kicks.
The Truth uses the guardrail to take back control as a fan is desperate for the Truth to use his chair.
I saw that.
Walk right past him.
I'm not even joking. When I saw that, I was like, wait, is that skinny Will Sassa? What year was Will Sassa skinny?
It's just the 1 year. So Low Key goes to springboard off of a guardrail next to the commentary table, but the Truth sends Low Key into a lawsuit into the crowd.
Yeah, those were not plants.
No, he landed right on a fan's neck, and then the chair he was sitting in broke.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It was flat after he got up.
Oh my god.
So the two men chop each other through the crowd around to the entrance ramp, where the Truth throws a road case into Low Key, sandwiching him between it and the stage. In the ring, the Truth pins with his feet on the ropes, and the ref sees it and says nothing.
He was staring right at him the whole time.
It
And
happens
the ref
again later.
goes,
Yeah.
that's not my job.
He wasn't even looking at his shoulders. He was just staring at his feet. 1, 2.
Mortimer Plumtree is back on that entrance ramp.
Ooh, Manila
Mortimer
Palm
Plumtree.
Tree. Oh, plum.
I hope his leg gets caught and a bloodbath ensues.
Goodness.
Well, don't get me wrong, I don't wish the guy harm, but this company should have to suffer that horrific ordeal so he'll learn how to manage his career in private. So the match slows down as Truth controls with submissions, but I don't know why, misses a 450 splash.
Yeah.
Why not go for a 450?
You've never done it before. Why not try now?
Yeah. Letting Low Key get a series of kicks and pins, but the Truth hits the Consequences, which is the Muscle Buster, for a 2. The real Muscle Buster, not the Samoa Joe Muscle Buster. Wrestling's confusing as hell. The Truth goes for the truth or consequences, which is like a stunner, basically. But Low-Ki reverses it into the way of the dragon. And then the Truth breaks out of it and hits his spinning forearm, what he calls the lie detector now. Like our time now. Then the Truth goes to the top rope. Low-Ki stops him, but they work into an avalanche true conviction, which is a gourd buster, to get the 3. Still NWA World Champion Ron the Truth Killings. Post-match, the Truth gets on the mic, but is attacked from behind by someone in a white sweatsuit with a white hood and a white mask.
That hood was a little too pointed for my taste. I did not like it.
Yeah. After the beatdown, the white hood exits through the crowd.
And security never shows up.
Well, I mean, why would this specific security show up to
Right.
attack a white man? I mean, we don't know he's white, but a man dressed in all
In
white.
white.
In a hood.
Yeah. Funny, I never saw the man in the white hood and Don Harris in the same place at the same time.
All right.
Explain your location, Heavy D.
I bet that guy under the hood was a big ZZ Top fan.
All right, recap length. The recap video all the way at the start was 1 minute and 31 seconds. The backstage promo was 1 minute and 17 seconds. The in-ring promo was 56 seconds. The match was 13 minutes long. The post-match beatdown was 45 seconds, which means the entire segment was 19 minutes and 28 seconds.
A lot of places.
A lot of things to talk about here, so let's start with the recap. You guys have any thoughts about this? Mine are that maybe it's because I'm part of the MTV generation, but yo, these recap videos are so intense and we need them back. I love them.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
love 'em.
I wasn't a fan of them, but I like the style and what they're going for.
Yeah.
This jobber cameraman in the mirror.
With the Low-Ki
There's
promo.
one
Yeah.
place you could stand.
Yeah.
There was one. I'm sorry. There's one place not to stand.
Yeah. And he found it and stood there.
And Goldie. Okay. Not gonna bring them up. There's 2 people who haven't been seen for a while. I'm very happy about it. Goldie needs to be the third to leave. She's still doing this stupid thing where she's like the person being interviewed and she's like giving the emotion with her face, and I just can't stand it.
Yeah, she's always definitely looking to get her screen
I
time.
hate her. Get her out.
Do you guys get like 1930s serial vibes from their recap videos? Like they're all black and white, and the music that they use seem very like our hero's adventure in the jungles last time, where they fought savages.
I can see that.
More savages.
I can say, well, all right. Oh, I wanted to say that. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I could not, for the life of me, figure out what room Loki's promo took place in, because, like, next to him, you could see like a steel handle, like one of those inside the the bathroom, like a handicap steel handle, like in the wall. Oh, but like next to him on the other side, you saw like a baby changing station. And you're like, oh, I guess it's in the bathroom. But then in the mirror, you can see a table with a steel coffee container on it. Like, it's like that's... I couldn't figure out where they were.
Could be a school.
That's the baby's locker room.
The baby's locker room. The babies need coffee.
Yeah.
All right. The match was good. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to it.
It was slow and uneventful,
Yeah,
I felt.
yeah,
It
nothing
was
great.
I watched it twice, and both times it was hard to pay attention.
Yeah.
Low-Ki has his intensity and his kicks, and Druth was like, no, you're not giving me those kicks. So I was like, not that like it's his crutch, but it kind of like sets up his intensity, so it makes everything else seem more impactful because you're seeing and hearing those kicks.
When Loki isn't allowed to kick the shit out of a veteran, really Loki suddenly loses a lot of his
Yeah,
oomph.
it's not like Flair relies on his chops, but like Flair kind of needs his chops in his match.
Yeah. And then, gotta say, we had one more thing we have to talk about, which is, I guess, from last week, Russo got his way. Because if you remember, like, last week or 2 weeks ago, Russo was like, I got this idea. I want the Truth to fight a KKK member.
Oh, no.
And they were like, nah. And I guess he was like, all right, what if it's not a KKK member? What if it's just a guy in a white hood? And they were like, I guess that's okay. And
What if he just did it? Fine, it won't be a KKK member. We'll just get a guy to attack him, and he'll just be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And he was like, just make it in the back. Just make sure you wear all white when you go out there, though. What? He wasn't KKK. He was just wearing all white.
Find the pointiest hoodie you could find.
That was very pointed. They might have had a seamstress fix that, make it a little
Put a
pointed.
triangle. Yeah, wear a dunce cap when you do it. Yeah.
Or birthday hat.
Or whatever you got. I don't care. Your life is your life. I didn't have birthdays. That was too stupid. All right, segment 5, the SATs versus the Flying Elvises. TNA tells us that NWA officials are still establishing the tag team rankings, and that as a result, the winner of this match will get a shot at the tag team titles next week.
Yeah.
15 episodes. They still don't know who is the number 1 contender for the tag
Didn't we just
titles.
have a big giant shenanigans rumble with all the tag teams?
That was to figure out
Yeah.
who the champions were. No, that was to figure out who the number 1 contender
Yeah,
was.
didn't we have a tournament for the titles, though?
Yeah.
Right. But that was just for the titles, and then we had a tournament for the
Wouldn't
number
that
1 contender.
rank the other people,
No,
though?
no. We haven't done that yet. We don't know who those people are.
They didn't think ahead.
Yeah, it's not.
Ooh, maybe we should have thought, like, what if that could have done everything? And now we could have a tournament for first place, a tournament for second place, tournament for third place.
Now that I think about this, we can probably stretch this out for another 2-3 years.
Oh, boy.
All right, so the match starts with the Universal spot, and the crowd's pretty dead because, again, that last match, it could really just. So Estrada goes for a springboard, famouser, facebuster, pile driver. Either way, the crowd wakes up for it. I don't know what it was, but he hit it, and the crowd liked it. So Yang gets tagged in, and TNA cannot help himself but mention that he had a recent, quote, tour of the Orient. He mentions this like 3 other times in this show, too.
He loves saying that word.
Yeah. This did happen, though. Yang did recently go to the All Japan Pro Wrestling 30th Anniversary Fan Appreciation Tour. And I think he was part of the Real World Junior Tag League. Yeah. He didn't win.
Oh.
All right, so Don steals a factoid off of TNA's notes, and I don't, either TNA doesn't understand what happened.
I noticed this, too.
Even when Don tells him, or he just, no-sells. He just goes, oh, yeah, good for you. He just doesn't even react to it. And he changes the topic to the wrestler's age. I was just I felt like you just broke down as a team right there. You just gave up.
All of a sudden, this became not a team. It's a competition. Oh, fine. You want to drop factoids? How about this? I know that they're all the same age. That's not even in the notes.
I felt like it wasn't a bit because the way he responded to, and then TNA just got pissed because he was like, "Yeah, I just stole it off your notes." And he was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I just stole it off your notes." He said the same exact way, he didn't hear him. Yeah, I just stole it right there, no problem.
Yo, I bet that was 100% real. Don was like, I'll just steal one of his notes. And TNA's like, I do this myself, you asshole.
Yeah.
Do you know how much time and energy I put into this? Who are you?
Yeah, Don West isn't going to be on next week's show as punishment.
Next week, it's Don West versus Puppet. So Mortimer Plumtree is back on that entrance ramp. Man, there's not a year that goes by, not a year, that I don't read about an entrance ramp accident involving some bastard manager that could have been easily avoided had some company, I don't care which one, but some company conditioned him to fear and respect that entrance ramp.
You know what? I've seen so many people. It's so easy. Just sneak and just peek behind the little entranceway. And he's just standing there with a notepad.
I can't tell you how many times I've been to an indie show and from the crowd or from the ring looked at the entrance ramp and saw like 5 raccoons stacked in a trench coat, wrestlers peeking out the Ooh, let me see what movie's doing now. Yo.
Why raccoon?
What do you mean? What else hides in trench coats? I don't know, because they're all wearing makeup, probably. So Yang hits a walk-up moonsault, but the SATs enter illegally and hit a sandwich dropkick to regain control. Just a full-on fuck you, we're taking it back. Perfect springboard moonsault by Yang, as usual.
Yeah.
Jimmy Yang is so good.
Casually.
He deserves more. If you didn't, smoke so much pot, you just didn't care.
Yo, the man is high, does not give a fuck. He's just like, I'm just gonna walk around and do moonsaults, I guess.
I'm Elvis.
Yep.
Hey. Yippee-ki-yay, that's Elvis, right? Happy Slappy. Mr. Elvis, that's me. So Sonny Siaki is also on the entrance ramp. He respects it, though. He keeps moving. Doesn't trust it. Gotta keep moving. Keep moving.
Yo, all I'm saying is you could order this, like, it's a repellent. It's kind of like a urine. You just sprinkle it right on the entrance ramp, and it'll keep all these strays away. Keep them out of there.
Yeah, but then the entrance ramp smells like piss or whatever that smell is. It's awful. You don't want to go near it either. So after some more wrestling and another double down, we get the double tag, double hot tag, if you will. Estrada hits the Road to Graceland, which is a steamroller, into a springboard moonsault, followed by the TCB, which is a springboard twisting senton. But the pin is broken up, and then Estrada misses a top rope leg drop, and the match fully breaks down. Yang gets thrown into a guardrail on the outside, and then Sonny Siaki jumps up on the apron and asks for the tag,
What a heel.
but jumps down when Estrada goes for it.
Why did Estrada go for it?
I don't even understand.
He is the dumbest person in this company, I swear.
It would have made sense if Estrada, like, swung the punch at him, but no, he actually goes for the tag.
Yeah, that's one of the thoughts I have for the whole match was, Estrada is so dumb. He's deep in the molten core of his own world. Like, he is deep in there. So the SATs hit the Maximo Explosion, which is a Doomsday Tornado DDT, and they get the 3 in the title shot. Your winners of the future tag team title shot, the SATs. Match length, 9 minutes and 48 seconds. Full segment length, 10 minutes and 46 seconds. My immediate thoughts are the Maximo Exploder got me a Mike Tenay scream. Ah!
That looked pretty good.
It was,
I almost thought
yeah.
it was a cutter at first until he told me it was a DDT, and I had to watch it back. I was like, I guess it kind of was.
Yeah. Yeah, so the match is... It's like every TNA X Division match at this point. I like it, but also, I don't really like it.
I really didn't dig this match
Yeah.
at all. I wasn't a fan.
It seemed more put together than their usual nonsense, but it still wasn't all the way there. There was stuff that didn't make sense. At one point, he was like crawling for the hot tag. The guy grabbed his foot, and he did the enziguri, and they both went down again. And then he got up and picked the guy up and went for an Irish whip, and they did a move again. I was like, wait, what happened for the hot? And then after that sequence, he went for the hot tag again. I was like, what the? Wait, you just killed everything. That's what?
Yeah. There was a lot of points in the match where like, I just watched them think, like, I could see they're just thinking about the next move, the next spot.
Exactly.
You know, at one point, the springboard famouser is like right away in the match. Just the way I think it was Joel like feeds into it. I was like, come on, dude, that sell into it.
Yeah.
Don't.
I was reading something I think on Reddit. Somebody asked a question about the SATs or whatever, and somebody made a comment, which he was 100% right about the comment, which applies to almost everybody that didn't get super famous from ROH, which is these guys are really good so long as you know what they do.
Yeah.
Because then you can work around them. Because other than that, they don't have anything. They can't figure out how to work around other people. They can't think on the fly. They don't have creativity to come up with a new inventive move. It's just the stuff they've already learned and done 100 times off a ladder, off the top rope, with a flip first, with a flip after, with a...
Well, it's when your spots, like, when all of your spots rely on, like, the guy's got to be right there at the right time always, and, like, really has to do it. Like, no, it should be like you can hit your shit on everybody all the time, no problem. Like, it doesn't have to be, so coordinated, but
Aren't they still wrestling?
yeah.
The SATs today?
Yeah, I think they just had a match not too
probably.
long ago.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw they were doing something with the Hardys, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Recently, I think.
Probably. I wouldn't know. Yeah. All right. Segment 6. Backstage, before Goldie can even say anything, Sonny Siaki grabs her and positions her to look through the curtain at the ring.
Goldie scream.
But Jerry Lynn blindsides Sonny Siaki from behind as he looks, and we get the Goldie scream, "Ah, jeez!" Jerry Lynn...
That's the only thing she's good for.
No, I love it, yeah. AJ Styles pulls Jerry Lynn off of Sonny Siaki, yelling, "Whoa, stop, break it up, stop!" But AJ is clearly holding Jerry Lynn's arms back, opening him up to Siaki's attacks. AJ holds open a road case for Siaki to throw Lynn inside, and then sits on it afterwards, saying, "You better be glad Bullet Bob didn't see that." Commentary clearly sees through AJ's game and is disgusted by it. AJ dance to the next segment's music as we fade out. Segment length, 1 minute and 4 seconds. The only thoughts of the obvious one, which is AJ's acting almost literally like a child here.
Yeah.
I really dug the first part of the bit where he's like, "Stop, break it up," and he's just holding.
I love that as well.
I love that. And then like as soon as he like sat on the box and
Started swinging his feet.
swinging
little
his feet
kid.
and like stuck in a lollipop, I was like, "All right, you lost me.
Killed
Yeah.
it for me.
You
as well.
lost me."
Yeah, I have I loved what AJ was doing, but hated what TNA was doing over it on commentary.
I know.
Just completely explaining it to everyone. What's like, "Oh, we're not gonna fall for that." How? Like he's talking to him.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
like him. He's so bad at it.
Segment 7, Sonny Siaki versus David Young. TNA comments on the last segment, reminding us that AJ and Lynn have a ladder match later tonight. During the entrances, TNA points out that Bobcat isn't with David anymore,
Thank goodness.
and Don says Bobcat almost ruined David Young's career, which started when he was 16 and is going on 13 years pro in 2002.
So were they dating, or what is this? What does that mean?
Yeah, how did she almost ruin his career?
I don't know. I just
For that long,
she's,
they were.
yeah, she's so annoying that like he had a shot and
Well, they also say he's like mastered his demons or conquered his other issues, if you know what we're referring to.
yeah,
and
I
do
don't.
not.
What is he, a sex addict? I don't. All right, so the match starts, and the self-proclaimed master of the Spinebuster is in control as he sends Sonny Siaki to the outside.
That's his gimmick?
That's what he calls himself, the master of the Spinebuster. Yeah, I want to point out that Arn Anderson has been retired for 2 years at this point. A fan takes a break from his phone call to yell at Siaki. And then immediately goes back to it. Like, in my mind, he is talking to his friend who was watching from TV at home. Be like, "Can you see me? Can you see me?" Siaki turns it around with an Acai moonsault, but David Young stops Siaki and hits his own Acai moonsault.
Surprisingly well for someone of his
Yeah.
look.
Puffy?
I don't know. Just surprising. Nothing. That's not that it's a bad thing. Just
It's
you know.
just, I was surprised.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like he would be able to do that. You know, no offense, but no, all the offense. Come after me, David Young.
Yeah.
Back in the ring, Siaki hits a power slam cutter, which leads to a short double down that the ref doesn't even count for.
Nope. This is not part of my job.
No, I don't care. We get some pins that surround a Tree of Woe running shoulder tackles, and the match really slows down here.
Yeah.
Siaki almost looks lost at this point. Like, full on, like,
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
I would argue that this would be the perfect time for the wrestlers to do some sort of a crowd work, but there are quite literally 4 people in this company that even know how to address the crowd,
Yeah,
let
he
alone
doesn't
work them.
He doesn't
Yeah.
get it. There's not many people in this company get it.
No.
I feel like once you actually get what you're supposed to do in the ring, then you don't really need to know how to wrestle. You just have to come up with whatever spots you want, and then you can just work the crowd and
Dude,
work
yeah.
psychology into the match. You don't really need to
50%.
know how to put together a
Yeah.
match.
That's
You just
it.
need to really understand the psychology
That's
of
it,
it.
dude. 50% of your match could just be yelling at people. And
Yeah.
they will love it. It will get you paid.
Now, look at one of the most over people in AEW right now, MJF, and how many like Kenny Omega 5-star matches has he had? I can't even think of many matches he's had.
So Siaki tries to pin Young, but Young's legs and feet are on the ropes, and Siaki doesn't even try to move them. He just breaks the pin. Like, he's so blown up, it may be one of the saddest things I've ever seen in
Dude,
TNA.
I can't believe how gassed this guy is.
It is, like, alarming.
Yeah.
He looks strong.
And he's also like the amount of sweat pouring out of him.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like he might be borderline like heart attack or
Maybe he's an alcoholic. Maybe he's got,
yeah.
you know, like...
it's just alcoholic flop sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Young hits his spine buster and then goes for a moonsault. Literally, the only thing this guy has are spine busters and moonsaults. Instead of the pin, he goes for the moonsault, but Siaki moves, and then he hits the money clip, which is a rolling neck breaker, and he gets the 3. Your winner, Sonny Siaki. Sonny Siaki.
Can you really call yourself a master at something if you can't just hit it and beat him?
I don't know, man.
Is he really a master then, or is he just someone who likes to use that move a lot?
Yeah.
I think if you were the master, that would be like
Yeah,
the
you
thing
hit
to
it.
finish with.
It's over. But no.
I don't know. I guess there's 2 types of masters in the broad sense, which is a master would be like, I do the move, and that's it. I win the match. Or the other master, which is like, it doesn't matter which way you come at me, I can still hit you with a spine buster. Come at me backwards, upside down, I'll flip you around real quick. Spine buster, boom, master.
It's not gonna hurt.
No.
Boy, I will hit you.
It'll shock you. I feel like the problem with Siaki is he doesn't really get it, but he has this headshot that you look at him and it's like, oh, I want this guy to be a top star. Yeah. So it's just, she's struggling, but they're like, we really want him to be a top star. So they're just putting him out there in matches, and it's just not working.
Yeah.
He's a guy who's booked on his looks, and
Yeah,
that's it.
he looks good. I want to like him.
Well, but then he talks, and you're like, I'm not really.
Be more yourself and not The Rock.
Yeah, I'm not really digging what you're doing. All right, well, let's see if he can work. You're gassing out real quick for a guy as jacked as you.
Yeah. That's what I have on my notes too, which is both these guys have the same problem, which they both have a good look, although one more than the other, and they both are good at wrestling, again, maybe more than one than the other.
It was a good moonsault.
But they don't have anything special enough about them to stand out. Like they're not going to work here.
They're just 2 jacked wrestlers.
Yo, honestly, maybe in WCW they might have done well.
Yeah.
But here, nah, they're not going to get very far.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have had more people in their ear trying to help them out.
Well, in WCW, you know, they give you a mouthpiece and like book you as like a big jack guy.
Well, yeah, and they send you to the power plant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never did it. Match length is 6 minutes and 14 seconds, and then segment length is 7 minutes and 59 seconds, which is a good time to point out that when we watched the streaming version, they desperately tried to shave seconds off of every single segment, presumably because then the file upload size is smaller.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right, segment 8. We got a recap from last week where the TNA tag team titles are on the line in a table match between Stormin Harris and Leon Harris. No relation. The Giants are in control, but the not yet AMW win, and Ron Harris assaults the winners after the match. The video ends quick and hard. You guys don't remember that part? Dude, it was like, they were like...
Oh, wow.
It just ended, and they're like, Ron Harris just backstage in Goldilocks. So backstage, we have a promo. Goldilocks is interviewing Ron Harris with his nameless partner. Ron Harris says they haven't seen the real Ron Harris yet. Tonight, he teams with the man from Down Under, and Ron tells his brother, head of security Don Harris, to remember the pact they made last week. You know, not the one from when they were 8, or the one from 98, or from 199, or the last week one. I
had to hold on as I was watching this promo. I thought I was getting motion sickness. I was like, oh my God. Literally, as I was watching this promo, I paused it around this point and wrote, what the fuck is going on with this MTV manual zoom camera nonsense?
Yeah.
And then clicked play and listened to the rest of it.
Yeah. Which the end of it is... Harris ends the promo by calling Goldilocks a bitch and yelling at the cameraman, saying, I'm tired of this MTV shit, for moving the camera erratically.
That freaked me out personally. I don't know that's what happened to me.
All right.
Funny that you and a white supremacist would think alike like that.
Well, I mean, ZZ Top has a few good bangers.
All right, so Wildcat Wildcat Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm versus Ashley, Ozzy Hudson, and Ron Harris for the NWA Tag Team titles. That's his tag partner.
They just had a promo.
And he didn't know.
They didn't introduce him.
The
They
man-
said nothing about this man.
The man from down under.
I'm the man from Down Under.
He has a boomerang. I've never seen a boomerang used in a wrestling match. I want to see that.
Nope. Too bad.
I literally have AMW versus Ron or Don Harris and some Australian guy because he didn't say his name. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah. I was laughing at it myself because I was like, oh, good. Definitely not a Nazi. Ron Harris got rid of his tag partner for a new tag partner. You know, the famously not at all definitely racist Australians.
Are they?
Don't even get into it. Don't even.
Yo, what a phenomenally horrible gimmick where he just gets like a new racist tag partner. Like, oh, now it's the racist Australian guy. Next week, it's gonna be like the old like Irish uncle who like says the stuff that makes everybody, you're like, oh, God. Well, you think you're gonna say that, are you? Oh no, hold on, we're not gonna let him say that.
And then the week after, I know what the problem was is I didn't have the right finances, so now my South African emerald mine owner, tag partner. Oh, God. He used to be in politics, but they kicked him out. Okay, all right. So the match starts with Ashley and Storm. Cowards work by Ashley, but Storm is the better wrestler. You know the story.
Yo, they set up a whole slapping spot, and the payoff got absolutely no reaction when he slapped him back. There was not a single person made a sound or anything. No. I felt so bad. He took that slap for nothing.
Slaps for nothing.
Yeah.
There was, yeah.
So tag to Chris Harris, who hits a bulldog, but after an eye poke, Big Ron comes in, who gets double teamed by the faces, and then tags out to Ashley. Ashley isn't very good either, as they repeat the same tag formula. Ashley can't maintain control. He cheats to tag in Ron, who barely gets it back, and then tags out to Ashley. Ron, he comes back in and then hits a big spinning side slam, tags out to Ashley, who misses a second rope headbutt, which, you know, that leads to the hot tag, which is kind of ruined because the heels tag too early, and then they have to slow down the run across the ring, like, Chris Harris hits the catatonic, but it's only a 2. Ron Harris goes for a big boot, but Storm pulls Ashley in the way and then pins Ashley for the 3 while Ron throws a tantrum in the ring before he can break up the
That
pin.
was so bad.
Dude,
Yelling.
I rewound like 3 times. I was like, what? Because it's like, he hits the boot, and first of all, I'm pretty sure the ref, like, first of all, the cover is made and the ref starts counting before the Aussie guy even hits the mat.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the ref is like, 1.
The boot hit his face. The ref was already on the mat ready.
Yeah, and then Ron Harris has his, like, temper tantrum, and, like, we get a pin count.
Dude, the Flash couldn't have broke that up.
Yeah.
It was such a fast count
Yeah,
for
I know.
anyone.
No. Yeah, so still tag team champions, the Cowboy and the Wildcat. Post-match, Ron and Ashley argue, but Ron hugs Ashley and then attacks him from behind, hitting him with a big boot and a choke slam, and then hitting everybody, Storm, Chris Harris, and Ashley Hudson with a chair. Security comes out, and he knocks all of them away with a single hit. I think, except for one swing, which actually knocked out 2 guys in one hit. And then head of security Don Harris gets chest to chest with his brother Ron, and they shove each other, and then Don knocks Ron down with a single blow.
But their agreement.
I know. Recap length, 1:33. Promo length, 48 seconds. Match length, 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Post-match segment, 1:55 seconds. Full segment length, 13 minutes and 24 seconds. My only thoughts about this is that I don't know how the crowd feels about the champions anymore, because at one point they were chanting, "Kill the cowboy."
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I thought they were pretty over and behind them the whole time.
thought so, but kill the cowboy.
I mean,
don't-
except for that slap spot. They didn't care at all.
you guys have any thoughts?
What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling this match.
No.
And, I mean, it's kind of my vibes of the whole show. Like, why are we booking the same matches or almost the same matches week after week? It's,
And with no conclusion.
yeah.
Like zero conclusion.
It's like, well, we had the tables match, and then AMW wins, and then they get attacked after, and then they just have another match against one of the guys and his tag partner.
Well, they
And
don't
they
have
win.
they don't have rankings yet, so
Yeah, at least we know Ron Harris will not be in a tag match next week, because it's going to be the SATs. Well, actually, that's not a take. It could still be in a regular tag match. That'd be awful. Just a non-title tag match with Ron Harris. Ugh.
I thought that Ashley Hudson guy was great.
I thought he was pretty good.
I thought he was the best worker on the card so far.
Yeah.
I thought he was so good. He was feeding so well, seamlessly. He was selling great. Things didn't get over, but I mean, from everything I saw, I was like, this guy's great after watching the SATs and all that nonsense. And this guy didn't even get, like, promo time. He just stood there and looked Australian.
I thought he was fine.
I thought
wasn't.
he
I
was
was like,
great.
Yeah.
I want more of Ashley Hudson.
too bad.
Oh, I
Probably
never
do.
get what I want. At least I'll have that Scott Hall phone call later to look forward to.
I don't have here that this is his last appearance, so he must show up again at some point. All right, so segment 9, Goldie is with Jerry Lynn and the Flying Elvises. She asks Jerry Lynn for an update on his condition, but Jorge Estrada says, "Can't you see he's hurt, Goldie? Not now." Promo length, 12 seconds. Your thoughts?
I really don't understand the point of these promos. Like, these 10-second promos
Yeah.
that they do. Like, why? And they do this a lot.
Brother Scala seems very confused.
I don't remember this promo happening.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, it happened. It
Are
was
you-
only 12 seconds.
Yeah.
There's no reason to remember it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check.
Yeah, my thoughts on this are that I think we officially need a middleman between Goldilocks and Mike Tenay who can verify the worth of her reports. Because they just keep going to her anytime she has something, and it's like,
Do you have something? I don't. Okay, back to me.
Yeah. so many times, it's like, I have something, what is it? Well, I'm going to go up to this guy and ask him if he wants an interview, and he won't even respond to me.
Yeah.
Well, what else do you have? Well, there's a guy over here. I'm going to walk up to him, and then something will happen, and I'll scream. Like, that's... All right, segment 10, your semi-main event. AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn for the NWA-TNA X Division title in a ladder match.
I typed in AJ and my iPad was like Styles versus Jerry Lynn. Is this what you want to write?
Yeah, because it knows. I mistakenly thought that this would be the main event, because why not? It's the
Yeah.
most exciting feud to have. Nope, there are still 40 minutes left in this show for the Jeff
I
Jarrett
know.
show. Okay, so AJ attacks Lynn as he enters, but it's still a pretty back-and-forth match at the start. First, a ladder and then a chair come into play, and Lynn horizontally seesaws the ladder using the ring post into AJ. JB is in full cheerleader mode because you can see the crowd nearest him is chanting and isn't even looking at the match. They're just looking off to their right, going,
A lot of times I look for JB like trying to do that. Like, come on, crowd.
Plumtree is back
Ow!
on that entrance ramp.
Shoot! Get out of here!
Look, all I'm saying is one day, you're going to stroll down to your local comic shop looking to purchase the latest and greatest wrestling magazines, and only after starting a ruckus will you learn what ordeal is preventing you from achieving the goal of dirt sheet knowledge. Will you discover that another long past his prime manager, who thought he was untouchable, has fallen off the entrance ramp, and a bloodbath has ensued? Are you guys getting this Mallrats reference at
Oh,
all?
I got it after the first one.
Okay, cool.
I love Mallrats. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I just think if we stopped leaving food on the entranceway, he would throw away. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Ooh, it's like this is like a wrestlers are raccoons like trifecta now. Like where do we go? There's food. They're in trench coats. If we leave scents on there, they won't come around. Like,
Yo, you have been in the wrestling locker room, and I guarantee you know more wrestlers who are dirty than raccoons.
that's fair. I've seen raccoons wash their food.
Yeah.
I've never seen a wrestler wash his food.
Sure, there's a 6-foot-long sandwich back there that 6 people have coughed on so far. Doesn't matter. People are going to pick it up and take a bite right out of it.
Free.
It's just gonna sit right on this table. Oops, there's a sub here. I just don't want anyone.
I should probably get off it.
No, I should definitely probably get off of it.
All right, so AJ hits a Death Valley driver on the ladder, on the ropes, followed by a springboard moonsault. This whole match is just gross, really.
Yeah.
Sonny Siaki is on the entrance ramp, but again, he keeps walking towards and away from the ring like he's going to interfere, or maybe he won't. Maybe he's going to go, but then maybe he will come. Suplex by Lynn to the outside on the ladder across the apron and the guardrail. AJ just up dumps the ladder as Lynn is climbing it, and Lynn lands on the ref.
Yeah.
Squish. A block dodge exchange spot ends with a famouser on a chair, leaving AJ Styles busted open.
Dude, that was like one of the greatest chair spots I've ever seen.
Dude, it was unbelievable. Like, the athleticism of AJ's spinning back kick is a thing to behold.
Yes.
It looked like a movie. It was so good.
I know.
I'm like, the way Low-Key wants to wrestle, thinks he wrestles. This is how.
Yeah.
That it's yeah. So a gross looking suplex off the ladder by Lynn leads to Sonny Siaki interfering. You don't like that?
Yo,
Oh.
AJ's broken hip. Oh my god.
Oh, what was that? Like that spinning neck breaker that he did?
I
That's
mean-
supposedly a suplex?
Yeah.
It was a suplex, and AJ's like, I'm not waiting for you. I'm going. Dude.
So Sonny Siaki goes to interfere, but Lynn hits a top rope crossbody on Siaki on the outside, or just to the outside, followed by Styles, who hits a springboard senton to Lynn on the outside, and then Lynn gets right back up in the ring, climbs the ladder, and wins your new NWA-TNA X Division champion, AJ Styles. Post-match, Lynn attacks Siaki on the ramp, but AJ Styles attacks Lynn from behind, and then AJ and Siaki stomp Lynn down all the way back to the ring. The X Division comes out for the save, and Bob Armstrong enters to say the NWA cares about the X title and won't let it happen like that. So next week, another ladder match. Also, AJ, you'll be a contender because I'm giving the title back to Jerry Lynn. Match length, 17 minutes and 25 seconds. Post-match segment, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Full segment length, 21 minutes and 43 seconds. Thoughts?
I can't believe they just booked the same exact match for next show.
I know.
Another ladder match.
I
With
know.
the same exact guy. Hey guys, guess what? We're doing the same match again next week. Come on down.
I know. Especially, I finally bought the Jerry Jarrett book, so I have information about this. Dude, the stuff that he says just contradicts what we see on every show. I don't know what he thinks, but it's not playing out the way he thinks he thinks it. Like, it's so weird.
Was AJ bleeding during that match?
Yeah, when he got the famouser on the chair. He
Oh, was that when it
he started-
happened?
Yeah, he started busted open, yeah.
okay.
That's the other thing. Like, assuming AJ gigged, it was like super smooth, not obvious at all.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I-
that
he
whole
gigged
spot
before.
was just flawless.
I'm positive he gigged before.
I thought that was real. I thought he was bleeding from the top of his head.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
From when
Oh,
Jerry
maybe.
Lynn just threw the fucking ladder as hard as he
Maybe.
could at him.
Oh, that could be.
maybe it was.
Because he sold that like he wasn't selling it. He was like, oh, my head. And I thought it just took a while for it to drip down. I don't know.
All right, maybe, possibly.
My notes are don't go back and read AJ's lips during his entrance when he's in the ring.
Oh no.
Don't.
Oh no.
He might have said one of his favorite words.
So dropped an F-bomb.
Oh, big one.
Yikes.
I think that was a bad time to zoom into him. It was very obvious what he said.
All right, so segment 11, Don West's Super Pitch. Next week's show, we're going to have, obviously, AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn, another ladder match for the X Division title. Also, what? Chris Rock and DreamWorks will be filming the movie Head of State.
All right, I'm pretty sure I've seen the movie a few times. I don't know what they're referring to.
wrestling in
Yeah.
there. Right?
There's literally I think it's like a 7-second scene where he like goes into a wrestling ring and he's like, "Hey everybody, I'm running for president." Smash cut to all the wrestlers just stomping him down.
Okay. Who
All
was
right.
stomping him?
BG James, Jeff Jarrett, I think The Truth. Maybe I saw the clip online. Maybe it was a deleted scene or something like that. I know I read the credits and it was like or like the trivia and it said that Ron Harris was in it but not credited. I presume somebody saw his arms. They were like, no, he's not getting a credit. Okay,
Sorry.
also we're gonna
The old Hollywood let Nazis in.
yeah,
New
this one,
Hollywood
no. Oh yeah, also low key, Tony Mamaluke, Kid Cash, and Ace Steel are gonna be in quote an Iron match, probably an Iron Man match.
An iron match.
Yeah.
Are they wrestling on iron? Are they ironing things? An iron match.
Everyone has to wear well-ironed clothes.
Do they have like an iron deficiency and they have to wrestle? See who lasts the longest?
See who passes out last. All right, they're also gonna see the SATs versus Storm and Harris for the tag titles. And then, of course, Sex Pac, Hall, and Jarrett and more. Check out NWA-TNA for merch. Segment length, 1 minute and 26 seconds.
Did he say Hall? He said Hall will be here next week?
Sex Pac, Hall, and Jarrett.
Yo, so that means not only did Skipper get cut from this show, he got cut from the next show too.
Too, yeah.
God.
Whole no shows and still has a spot next week.
He's going to be sleeping on the couch. What's he going to tell his wife?
What is he gonna tell his wife?
All right. It is time for the main event, which means that it's time for the best hour.
Our favorite hour.
Our favorite hour. The Troy McClure Hour. Oh, hello, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such regrettable investments as War Clowns. War got you down. Have a laugh with War Clowns. What's that spurting out of your CO's neck? It's a doggy. War Clowns. Get him before the war's over. Or NFT Bank. Tired of having your NFTs stolen? Can't remember what folder you put them in? With NFT Bank, your products and assets will finally be... What's that? Someone just robbed the NFT Bank? Alright, well, today we're here to talk about where all of your money just went.
Is that him doing a balloon animal? That got me.
Yo, you know how dumb you feel spending a good 10 minutes being like, squeak, squeak. No. I can't do that reliably enough. Squeaky, squeak. Yeah, that'll work. Strangely enough, that'll work. All right, good 10 minutes. Good 10 minutes.
What are your life skills? What do you have on your resume? Wow.
Yo, you ever heard of a young gentleman called Michael Winslow? Well, I am 1/10 as good as he is. Squeaky, balloon animal noises. All right, so Brian Lawler, I think we may have heard some of this before, but as we all know, Brian Lawler began wrestling in 1988 under the name Nebula with his partner Quasar as the tag team The Twilight Zone. He quickly changed his name to Too Sexy Brian Christopher and changed his tag partner too many times, all while in his father's promotion of CWA/USWA. He joined the WWF in 1997, formed Too Much with Too Hot Scott Taylor in 1998, They changed their name to Too Cool in 99 and were later joined by Rikishi. They gained the tag titles in 2000 and were involved in main event feuds. And then in 2001, Scotty 2 Hotty broke his ankle, and Brian Lawler was caught trafficking drugs into Canada.
Oh, wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, Brian...
Pills, right?
I think it was pills or marijuana. I don't know. Who cares? Brian joined the short-lived WWA World Wrestling All-Star promotion before joining the NWA-TNA. Next, the Rookie Year of Jeff Jarrett. So as we know, April 1986, famous loser Tony Falk challenged referee Jeff Jarrett to a match. Jeff Jarrett turned that into a wrestling career. May of 86, Jarrett moved to the tag division, having semi-consistent partners like Joe LeDuc, Paul Diamond, and Billy Travis, and one time having a nightmare match, whatever the hell that is. Jarrett was also seen on TV as a part of the Good Guy Break 'em Up team. Come on, we don't have to do this. We're all partners here. We're all tag partners and co-workers. Come on, be nice. In June of 86, Jarrett changed partners to Tojo Yamamoto and Pat Tanaka. In July of 86, which is a big month for Jarrett, he and Yamamoto got a CWA International Tag Team title match and won, but after the match, Yamamoto walked away and was later revealed to be the cousin of future opponents Goto and Sato.
Dang it.
They're all related.
Betrayal.
Yeah. He also got to team with his father, Jerry Jarrett, and was once involved in a battle royal for the AWA Southern Heavyweight title, which is like their world. And then finally, in August of 86, Jarrett's tag match was paused to chase off bad guys Fire and Flame for spray painting the CWA general manager Eddie Marlin's Cadillac. And a week after, Fire and Flame jumped Jarrett in the parking lot. Despite that, Jarrett and Pat Tanaka were able to win the CWA International Tag Team titles and will defend them next month in a hair versus title rematch. What are you laughing at?
I was laughing at you going, the Southern Heavyweight title. Southern, it's like their world. It's
like their world, the South.
Yeah, they never lost the Civil War. This is their whole world down there. The South. It's the Southern Heavyweight title.
Putting a lot of words in my mouth there. All right, BG James. Brian Gerard James debuted for the NWA in 1986. In 1987, Brian joined the Marine Corps for Desert Storm, or the Kuwait War. In 92, he debuted for Smoky Mountain Wrestling as the Dark Secret, and then in 93, he rejoined the Marines. Wow. And then also in 93, he re-debuted for Smoky Mountain Wrestling as Brian Armstrong. And then in 94, he began appearing on WCW TV and would occasionally team with his brother Brad. And in 94, he would join the WWF, almost immediately becoming the roadie, taking on a managerial/lackey role for country music singer Jeff Jarrett.
Well, hey, look at that.
In 95, the plan was to reveal that it was, in fact, the roadie Jesse James doing all the singing while Jeff Jarrett lip-synced along, which would prompt a feud between the two, but a contract dispute caused them to leave before the feud could happen, having them both return to the USWA for a year until Jarrett beat James in a loser leaves town match and then left for WCW himself anyway.
They both left town after the match?
Yeah, Jarrett won and then went, all right, I'm going to WCW, bye.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Bam! I don't like this town anyway. Leaves.
Well, now that he's dead, I got nothing to stay in this town for. I miss him. What did I do?
It's like all the stages of grief, right? In one, I think. I'm not even...
Oh, Brian, what have I done?
Okay, finally, Six-Pac. Waltman began his career in 89 as the Lightning Kid, training under Boris and Joe Malenko, among other famous wrestlers, winning the GWF Light Heavyweight title in 1990, as well as the PWA Light Heavyweight title and the PWA Iron Horse TV title in 91.
Wow.
That sounds fake.
Yeah, I know. During that time, he also both traded and gained titles with Jerry Lynn.
Wait, what, traded?
He feuded with him for titles and they kept trading.
I'm thinking like Pokemon cards. And I'm like, what do you mean you're trading?
Then also he was tag champions with him, gained with... Yeah, okay. So And then this is where it all starts, the tragedy of his life, I guess. At a World Wrestling Association event in 1992, the Kamikaze Kid, Bill Wilcox, overshot a suicide dive and landed on Waltman's head, driving it into the concrete, causing a blood clot near his brain.
What?
He was hospitalized for 3 days. I think this might be a typo, but it says here he could not work for 4 months and was advertised and was advised to give up wrestling completely. But instead, he appeared in New Japan Pro Wrestling's Top of the Super Juniors in 93, facing future legends like Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and Jushin Liger. As the Lightning Kid, Waltman had his WWF tryout match on April 5th, 1993, the day after WrestleMania 9, and appeared on Monday Night Raw a month later, May 3rd.
Wow.
Dang.
Look at him go. He was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up.
That's what I mean. Like he
Loved
really
X-Pac.
I really like a lot of people really thought X-Pac was going to be something.
Just like with Cody now, I was X-Pac back then. I'm like, why is everyone booing X-Pac? I love this guy. I don't get it. He's so good.
All right, segment 15. Brian Lawler with his girlfriend April and Jeff Jarrett versus BG James and Six-Pac. On the ramp, BG James says in honor of absent Hall, I got 2 words for you. Hey, yo.
The worst Scott Hall impression I have ever heard in my life.
I wouldn't even have called it an impression.
Also, BG James holds the mic up and the music cuts out. And he says, cut my music. And they put the music back on and they cut it again.
Look, the boss says cut the music. You cut the music even if it's not playing.
Can't cut off music.
Six-Pac says, Lawler, you treat your girl like a bitch and I'll keep banging her. But if you win tonight, I'll let you watch.
All right.
Brian screams,
What did he say? I have da 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 da. I was like, what did he say? There's no way that's English.
I'm not very confident, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to say that about me. You're not going to say that about my girl.
Oh, I don't think he's actually saying anything. I really think he's just like, like just straight up doing like
Those pills he's smuggling
Yeah,
into Canada.
Oh, yeah. It's cartoon pills. They help him become a cartoon character. He needs them for work. So he screams that as he runs up the ramp towards the faces and the bell rings when he gets punched.
I'm picturing him as a yo-yo doing that.
Spinning around, and then spinning back up, and then spinning around, and spinning back up.
I entertain myself. Go on.
So the Bryans go one way around the arena while Pac and Jarrett go the other way, and they meet at the announcer's table. I hate this, but I can hear a redheaded woman in the crowd definitely call Lawler the old F-bomb.
Oh, they love it down there in the South.
You're a...
Yo, this is like the same beginning of every Jeff Jarrett main event.
Back in the ring, Jarrett cheats, but Six-Pac is quick. Tag to Brian, who gets beat up until Six-Pac tags out.
Oh, whoa. Are we really going to skip over when, BG slammed Lawler's head right into the water bottle that was standing up onto the announce table? Oh, my God, right into his eye socket. It was amazing. The water bottle went flying. I thought he died. Freaked out. It was like the Joker scene. He made it disappear right into his eye.
No. All right, so, I mean, lots of nothing heel work between tags. Like, it's just... Like, the biggest thing is Lawler bites BG's nose and then fish hooks him.
What is that? What is this wrestling method? I don't understand it.
What is the ref even doing there? That like it's all small joint manipulation, fish hooks, eye gouging, biting, and the ref is just like,
You can't see it.
Yeah, I don't. So Lawler does his once to the well too many times bit, and that's the double down leading into the hot tag.
Yeah.
Pac hits a power bomb on Jarrett, and then the Bronco Buster, and then the X Factor on Lawler, but the ref is outside the ring dealing with BG and Jarrett for some reason. Elix Skipper comes in and hits the sit-out face buster on Six-Pac. That is definitely not an X Factor. And then throws Brian on top of Pac, but it's only a 2. And then Jarrett hits Six-Pac with a sleeper, but it gets reversed, and then it gets reversed again, and Six-Pac gets crotched. The heels double team, but it backfires, and that leads to a second hot tag. Oh, this match. Double shake, rattle, and roll by BG, and he does the pump handle slam and gets the 3. Your winners, BG, James, and 6-Pac. Post-match, the heels attack, and they just beat him down. The Amazing Red comes out, but gets knocked down by Elix Skipper.
That was pointless.
Yeah. Well, it was for the distract, because then the SATs come out, and they're able to hit the Spanish Fly on Skipper. Jarrett gets a chair and takes out every face. Then the Truth enters and hits every face with his belt. And then Brian Lawler hits everyone with April's purse, which presumably is loaded. This goes on for way too long. Like, so long,
Yeah.
I was like, what, did Hall show up? And like,
Someone else is gonna come.
Yeah.
Something else is gonna happen.
dude, no.
No.
Again, security. Where are you?
Nothing, yeah. Match length, 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Post-match segment was 2 minutes and 13 seconds. I want to say after, 50 seconds, everybody was in the ring with a weapon already. And they were just beating. It was, full segment length, 15 minutes and 18 seconds. My only thoughts here, typical Jarrett Malarkey. Nothing new.
Same match every single time.
It really, the brawl around the outside, go in, and then it breaks down, and the big brawl, fuck finish. We're watching so much of the pay-per-view is the same as the previous pay-per-view week to week, and it's, painful.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's really not fun.
What is BG James' obsession with wanting to pretend to have sex with people in the butt?
Well, we've been over this before. You're getting molested.
Oh, that's right.
Means you're the loser, and doing the molesting means you're the winner.
Yeah.
That's the good guys do the
Okay.
molesting, and the bad guys get molested.
What a good guy, then.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that pump handle drop is one of the lamest, weakest
Yeah.
finishers.
Yeah.
It's not even a good bump.
No.
It's safe.
It's yeah, I guess. I hope it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a guy could strain a muscle or something. pulling
Right?
it.
Pull something in your neck or something
Yeah.
with the leg between the legs like that. I don't know. All right. Belt. 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 3 seconds, which would be 70 minutes and 3 seconds of wrestling on this hour and 54-minute and 8-second show.
Yeah.
It seemed like that.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, it's more than usual, which is fine. Although, of course, again, some of the wrestling was like, I'm not really into this. This isn't.
Yeah, they didn't really have a talking segment. They had a few promos, but it wasn't like a talking, two people going back and forth, or
Right.
a
It wasn't like a story segment.
sit down and
Yeah, but that's kind of part of my problem, I guess, is overall, which is the show was all right. Overall, the show was okay, but the storylines are just so weak.
Yeah.
They're so weak.
They finally did an overall encompassing thing where they started with Elix and getting involved with the Red and the SATs, and then that came back around in the end. So they finally did something with that at least.
Yeah,
where the
they're
whole
figuring out how
show is doing
to
something.
set up their main
But
event.
that's
yeah.
not gonna go anywhere.
No.
Yeah, because
They're doing nothing to get me invested in the next show. They're saying, "Hey, come down to our next show. What are the matches?" Well, the only one we're gonna tell you about is the same one you already saw tonight.
And what happened to my Scott Hall interview on the phone?
Yeah, never called him on the phone. Like I said, I expected him to make the save with how long that segment went on at the end, but he didn't do that. And, it's just, tired of it. And then I want to see Bruce. I like that segment,
Yeah.
but there's no Bruce.
And I'm tired of AJ and Jerry Lynn.
I'm tired of Don Harris. I'm tired of the Harris brothers in general, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Even just Don coming out for the save.
But for real, who thinks it's an interesting storyline with everything going on, with all the workers you have? You're making a prominent storyline. Well, one of our wrestlers is brothers with our head of security, and that's causing issues. Huh? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, apparently somebody should, but I don't. I certainly do not. All right, so why would you make this? Well, I finally got Jerry Jarrett's book, The Story of the Development of the NWA-TNA, a New Concept in Pay-Per-View Programming. Such a long title. And according to that book, I think it was like the day before or the day of or something like that, they had a long... Well, actually, it was last week when he tried to pitch the KKK character, when Vince Russo tried to pitch. They had a long-ass writers' meeting talk, and basically what it came down to was that Jerry Jarrett thought that Jeff Jarrett was dealing with a midlife crisis, so he wasn't fully attentive, and that Russo wanted creative freedom. But Jerry had to explain to him that the reason he didn't have creative freedom was because there's no such thing as creative freedom in wrestling, because you have to deal with things like sponsors and investors, and they have to agree with the stuff you put on. So no matter how free you think you are, there's still going to be some boss that you have to go to and get stuff approved. And Jerry himself, he's doing the writing among other people, and he's only fighting out several days before a show takes place, that people aren't going to be on the next shows.
Yeah.
Which causes him to have to rewrite shows he's already written. So it's extra stress on top of that.
Baby, that's just standard wrestling.
Yeah, I know, but like when you have a company like this, you'd think you'd be able to book reliably guys, but it's like, no, Jimmy Yang's going to Japan again because he's doing better there than here.
Yeah.
So
Because they pay him better.
yeah. And then one more thing I had here, which is that, most importantly, Jerry was starting to realize that they lack talent, and that as good as the X Division is, the wow factor will eventually, if it has not already, get old.
Yeah.
And that they're still trying to lock down a deal with Panda Energy, which is where they keep getting all this money from. They keep being like, hey, you like what you see, it's good stuff. If we had like a Scott Hall type, he could come in and, but we don't have the money. You want to give us the money for that? Okay, here comes Scott Hall. See, you like what you see. See, it's a good investment. If we just had the money, we'd be even better. And it's just, so that's where they keep getting this money for these people, because they're dealing with Panda Energy, a company that actually has money. And then again, he said on top of that, which is, it seems as if some people in TNA are already trying to cozy up to Dixie Carter.
Yeah.
As a precursor of the transition to try to get a better position. So, like, that's more stress on top of what's happening. And again, the most important thing out of it all is they being the Jarretts, have used all of their money.
Yeah.
So at this point, either they lock down Panda Energy or they go bankrupt. So it's like, yeah, I know we don't have the money to get new people, and I know the talent we have is getting old, and I know the storylines aren't working, but also we have to lie hard to this other company to get the investment, because otherwise we're all out of a job. I live in the streets.
It's not that great that their biggest star isn't showing up to their event.
Yeah.
Just no showing.
Yeah, and that's another thing is, we all know he's dealing with personal demons and stuff like that, and it's, also life. He's also still dealing with human life, and then allegedly the story here was that Scott Hall did not show up because he was dealing with a custody battle for his kids.
Oh, shit.
That's what it's assumed. We assume he was dealing with that and not the other thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't specify how he was dealing with it.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Yes, that's what we were dancing around. Yeah, he's a drunk. So yeah, there's like a lot, like everything is riding hard on the line right now. Like it is not going well for anyone. A lot of wrestlers are stressed out. A lot of management is stressed out.
Rightfully so.
I mean, they're 3 months into the promotion?
No, more than that.
15, a little over 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, you're still having a lot of the same matches we started off having. It's like, what are we even doing?
Yeah, they have reached the point where they've worked themselves into a corner where everyone's stuck in their division and they can't find a way out and they can't cross-fight each other.
Just
like
book the same matches, whatever.
Yeah, you're trying to do something with...
They need new talent.
Yeah, I know.
Bad.
They need a big signing.
They're trying to do something with the whole world champion is fighting the X division, but that's not helping.
They don't have X Division stars.
Yeah.
They have Jerry Lynn and AJ, and they're fighting each other. Good job there.
Yeah. All right. So, next episode, can you guess the card? We're going to have AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn in a ladder match for the
Ladder
next
match
title.
and tag match. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Chris Rock's going to show up to film Head of State. Maybe that'll be a segment. The Iron Man match, the X Division Iron Man match. Yep, the
Ron Harris versus Aussie.
X title tag match. Oh, you
Maybe.
think they're going to fight each other?
Probably not, but it could happen.
All right. Then we also have confirmed Six Pac Hall and Jarrett. And then you're guessing that maybe they'll be the racist versus racist. That's not what's happening. But yeah, Harris versus Hudson. What do you got? What do you think's gonna happen?
The alpha male Monty Brown is going to show up.
You think he's gonna show up?
He's going to have a
maybe.
match with David Young.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's going to happen.
that already happened once, didn't it?
Oh, shit, maybe.
Wasn't that his first match that he?
Yeah, so there's already a story.
I think. I don't know. Did I not say he's gone already? I don't know.
David Young's gone?
No, Alpha Male goes away for a while.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think maybe.
Did I? Yeah, I think
Where's
I already.
the new church?
I think I already said he's gone for a while. Yeah, we haven't talked about where the new church is yet.
They're
But
not.
I think they'll show up again eventually.
I miss James Mitchell and his promos.
Yeah, he literally was one of the, if not one of the top 3 best talkers in the
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him. And that's the problem they have is they keep hiring these great talkers and they don't let them, like Mortimer Plumtree, maybe not a great talker, but a talker, and they're not letting him talk. They're just making him stand there, and it's just like, ugh.
Instead, they
Like,
hire like Disco Inferno.
Presumably, they paid Mortimer Plumtree that night
Sure.
to just keep showing up and just standing in the entrance. Like, what a waste.
Yeah, I guess. I want to see more Bruce.
Yeah, me too. Bruce will have a match.
I want some Bruce.
That's another guess.
All right, so please join us for maybe some Bruce, maybe another Harris match. Ugh. And next episode might very well be the perfect TNA episode.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
All right, so let's do some outros. If you enjoyed the show, consider giving us a like or 5-star reviews or sharing us with your friends any way you feel comfortable or uncomfortable with. Share our show in uncomfortable ways. You can also subscribe to the YouTube, which has videos of this in video form. It's this, but there's video next to it, on top of it. Whatever. Me need-a money. Lots of money need-a. Me need money now. Need-a money. Gimme. So look for our Patreon as a way to say thanks by going to patreon.com/WWYMT. In fact, we are WWYMT on most websites. Or you can email us directly at whywouldyoumake@gmail.com. Intro music is Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris, an edited version. So for Brother Skylar and Jay Delta, I am Jimmy Time, and please remember that without the mistakes of others, we would be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.